With the increasing emphasis on real-world evidence to inform regulatory and clinical decision-making about the use of drugs and medical devices, we need mandatory registration and results reporting of observational studies of these medical products. Real-world evidence is prone to selective publication and outcome reporting, which could lead to biased estimates of safety and effectiveness if only quote-unquote positive studies and positive outcomes are reported. To address this risk and to ensure an accurate evidence base, we need to take 4 key steps for all observational studies. First, data sources and quality control measures would be described. Second, primary, secondary, safety, and negative control endpoints would be described and pre-specified. Third, statistical analysis plans would be pre-specified. And fourth, public results reporting to coincide with submission or publication or within 6 months of study completion would be mandated. Professional, financial, and/or regulatory penalties, as well as FDA audits of analyses and output, would help to ensure compliance with guidelines. My name is Sanket Dhruva, and I'm an assistant professor of medicine at UCSF School of Medicine and staff physician at the San Francisco Veterans Affairs Medical Center. Our article is entitled Mandatory Registration and Results Reporting of Real-World Evidence Studies of FDA-Regulated Medical Products and will appear in Mayo Clinic Proceedings. This article is also co-authored by Drs. Nilay Shah at Mayo Clinic and Dr. Joseph Ross at Yale School of Medicine. Recent legislative and regulatory changes have led to the importance of observational data to inform regulatory and clinical decision-making. The 21st Century Cures Act of 2016 specified that the FDA evaluate real-world evidence, which often consists of observational data, to support new indications for drug approval and to satisfy post-approval requirements. After this, FDA's Center for Drug Evaluation and Research released a framework for its real-world evidence program in December of 2018. Similarly, FDA's Center for Devices and Radiological Health has released a guidance on the use of real-world evidence to inform regulatory decision-making for medical devices. At the same time, the growing availability of large volumes of electronic health data, combined with advances in computing power and statistical methodologies, are enabling researchers to harness these real-world data in ways that were previously thought to be unimaginable. However, observational data sources are prone to selective publication and outcome reporting because of the multitude of analyses that can be conducted with the available data sources. To address this risk, we recommend mandatory registration and results reporting of all observational studies. This finding is very important to clinical practice because the data supporting safety and effectiveness of drugs and medical devices are increasingly derived from real-world data, which are often observational. Regulators are and will be increasingly making decisions based on observational data, and so will clinicians and patients in the clinic and at the bedside. Therefore, we need to ensure that our evidence base is as transparent, as reliable, and as accurate as possible in order to ensure that clinicians, patients, and regulators can have confidence in these findings. The next step is to evaluate the proportion of observational studies of medical products that are registered and whose results are reported. Research should also evaluate strategies to help ensure registration results reporting, including possible requirements from policymakers and medical journals, and even professional and/or financial penalties. As a model, researchers who were part of the Observational Health Data Science Initiative, or ODYSSEY, have prescribed and modeled medical product evaluations that are both broad and comprehensive, and which include all therapeutics within a given class, as well as looking at all potential endpoints at multiple time points using multiple different data sources and published as a single report. There's a need for similar additional efforts. Thank you.
We hope you found this presentation from the content of our website valuable. Our journal's mission is to promote the best interests of patients by advancing the knowledge and professionalism of the physician community. If you are interested in more information about us, our homepage is www.mayoclinicproceedings.org. There you'll find access to information for our social media content, such as additional videos on our YouTube channel or journal updates on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter. More information about healthcare at Mayo Clinic is available at www.mayoclinic.org. This video content is copyrighted by Mayo Foundation for Medical Education and Research.